Hello again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for liking, for subscribing on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. So when you feel like my content is for you, don't forget to share it with others probably who need my guidance, uh as well as liking and subscribing. Thank you guys for also viewing, because I know not all people who view my content are actually my subscribers, so I really appreciate that. So I'm actually making this video. It's a more like what is happening in the world, so I've been strolling and I've like, you know what, let me just talk about this topic that is really talk about. So I'm gonna be on about abortion. So I'm gonna fully on being talking about abortion. Abortion is something that has been done for the longest time that I actually remember. It's something that has been happening, whereby a woman choose to not give not when whereby a woman choose not to carry on with from the fetus to the baby. So it's whereby a woman choose to abort or terminate the fetus in their uterus. So this topic is, it usually raise a lot of eyebrows when people are actually having opinion about it, and I'm like, you know what, let me just talk about it. So I'm gonna talk more about my opinion on abortion, because I feel like I've met a lot of women who who have done abortion, and most of them, they usually struggle with forgiving themselves. They always feel guilty. Some of them, they keep it as a secret, which, if it makes sense to them to keep it a secret, there's nothing wrong with keeping everything as a secret. So yeah, so I'm like, you know what, let me just talk about it. I know a lot of women who actually choose to terminate a baby, a fetus. They get a lot of judgment, they get a lot of nasty comment, nasty way. People are becoming nasty toward them, and it's bothered me because I believe that we are all here in this realm, experiencing life in a way that we know how. So when I hear people trying to make other people who end up terminating a baby feel bad, it's something that I'll never understand. It's bullying, because you are bullying someone who chose to make that choice for themselves, because sometimes it's something that they actually need to do, or that they feel like this is what they actually, because what the point of having a baby when you are actually not ready to have one? Because I know a lot of women who actually have babies but were not ready. For example, my parents were never ready to have children, because the way they were not healed. Neglect they were neglecting, they were dividing, they were um dividing kids within themselves. They were just using kids for the sake of having them, like an object. They don't love, they never love. And so what's the point of bringing kids when you are not ready? So when I hear women saying that they chose to make this way for themselves, and I feel like, you know what, if it's something that you feel guided to do, something that feels right to do, there's nothing wrong with choosing that choice to terminate a baby. So terminate fetus. So yes, for example, I used to have a friend. I won't consider her as a friend. I would say someone that I actually know, because we're more like a resident mate. So she was living in another flat, and I was also living in another flat. So what happened is, she found me outside, and then she at night, and she ended up talking about her secrets, And I was like, okay. So when she mentioned it, she told me that she actually terminate a baby. At that time she was in high school. And I've never like asked more why or what, because I feel like it's something that she already done it. And beside, it's her life, it's her decision. You know what word? She passed away last year, early March, and I'm like, whoa. You know, sometimes I feel like people knows when something that they can take care of. So I'm huge in telling people that they should allow themselves to hear what their gut feelings is telling them to do. Because you can hear people saying like, yeah, don't terminate the baby, don't terminate the foot house, yeah, blah 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 blah. Are you ready to be a mother? Are you ready to be responsible emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially? Are you ready to maintain that baby? So you can't just bring a baby because you can. I feel like, yes, I'm aware that there are actually a lot of way of not getting pregnant. There are contraceptive that you can actually do, but I'm aware that sometimes most of the contraceptive they actually don't work in others. Um, some of them are responsible and then condom busted, and they have the other option to drink, I think, pills. And then those pills probably they would not be effective because she never used them, so it's the first time and then she got pregnant. She's not ready to be a mother. So I don't understand why people are being bothered when people choose to terminate a fetus, because it's none of their business. You're not supposed to be all about in other people's business. And I'm also bothered by the issue when I see a woman, for example, for, when she choose to keep a baby while a partner is not okay with keeping the baby. You know what does that mean? Okay, that might cause a lot of conflict because your partner is not ready to be a father, and here you are, you choose to keep a baby. And then when you're keeping that baby, there's a high possibility probably a relationship within your partner will end and whatsoever. So I don't want women to be pushed to be guilty to make decision because a partner is not wanting to be a responsible father. I feel like women should not try to bring men in court because they choose to keep a baby. If you choose to keep a baby, it's fine, but you're not supposed to put your partner in jail because you choose to keep a baby. You're not supposed to keep your partner, put them in court in order for child maintenance, because the fact that you made a choice that you actually want to keep the foot, that means you be responsible for, because your partner is saying nah, it's they have a right to be saying no, they have a right not to be wanting to be a parent. So they also have a right to, you also as a mother, or when you choose to keep a baby, you have a very much right to um I think there's something that you can do to prevent um a sperm donor to not associate themselves with your child, when they want to change their mind. Or maybe if you're open to introduce your kids maybe later on when they choose to change their mind. But I know a lot of um, men uh, who actually had babies that they don't want to be responsible for. Some they come, some they don't, and it's okay. So when you choose to have a baby, when you choose not to abort a baby, there's nothing wrong with that. But you shouldn't make decision just because your partner is saying, I'm not gonna be responsible, I'm not gonna be what. It's okay for a partner to feel like that they don't want to be a father, and that is fine. But you shouldn't try to make a child to have a relationship with a man who told you what they think about it, because it's their choice. They have a right to choose. So when you choose to have a baby, keep it. When your partner is influencing to abort the baby and you're not thinking that it's not a decision for you. You don't want to do it. You're not supposed to force yourself into it. So don't do things because your partner is saying this and that. You have your own life. You make your own decision. You make your own decision about your body. It's your body at the end of the day. When it's come to making a baby, it's a decision that is involve both two people. But sometimes it's a surprise. Baby sometimes they come as a surprise. They can just don't wanna, you can be on contraceptive and the next thing you hear that you are pregnant. How? Those kind of situation happen. So if it, like, it's just my opinion on abortion. Like, I feel like, okay, you've done an abortion now, and then what? So what then? What? So as I said, I've experienced a lot of women who actually feel guilty. They never heal from that guilty. Some of them, they end up having another baby while they're not healed. Like, probably they done abortion probably 3 months ago, and the next thing you hear the hair saying she's trying to have another baby. 3 months, you just had 3 months, and the next thing you wanna tell you, when you actually read their energy and realize that they are not doing it because they want to, it's because they feel guilty, they have traumatized, and also. So I feel like if you did abortion, it's okay to go for therapy. There's nothing wrong with going for therapy. You're supposed to go there and help. You're supposed to go there and open up and realize that sometimes you just need to forgive yourself. You just need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Yes, I know the women who actually never get a chance to be pregnant again after they've done abortion. And I feel like, yes, sometimes I feel like it's their karma or what. I feel like you can't always know what's gonna happen, especially if you've done your termination in the right place that is actually not, you didn't even experience any fault. I feel like you shouldn't try to wanna go back and wish that you've done. No, that when it comes to life, we all have past. We all have we made a lot of mistake. We we actually learning and learning. So you shouldn't feel like you're supposed to do things in a what you can never go back. You can never go and return everything the way it was. So there's no need for you to beating yourself up. Okay, sometimes you can beat yourself up, but there's no need for you to beat yourself out. Just go for therapy if you feel like you need counseling. Just It's okay. It's okay to feel guilty. It's okay. There's even me, when I'm making the decisions that are actually best for me. Sometimes I don't like those decisions because they make me sad. But if it is something, I know that they're actually a best decision because they are hard to be made. So when you choose to make it, I'm sure it was the hardest decision to make. But that it doesn't mean just because the decision was hard to make, you're not gonna allow yourself to drift. You're supposed to drift. You're not just like, okay, I'll terminate the baby. Oh, ha ha, terminate the baby, and then yeah, I move on my life. Okay, it's okay to move forward, but it's okay to heal, because every time we're making some decision, whether it's a good one or bad one, sometimes some of them they're gonna make you say even their best decision that we ever made. So you shouldn't allow yourself to be in that hollow space where you're not forgiving yourself. You present yourself with so much guilty that is not needed. You don't need to live in the past. When you feel like you can't release the past, it's okay to go for therapy. It's okay to open up. It's okay to write down. It's okay to open up to someone. Because after that woman who was my resident mate, I realized she was not longer feeling guilty about the decision that she made, even though at that time I can tell she was guilty. So the only thing that I've done in that situation, it was reading energy, and I realized that she just need a support. She just need to talk to someone, because it's something that she never even shared with anyone, even a friend. So it's bothered her for years probably, and here she was. She feel like, you know what, I can trust this some, because sometimes people just can sense that it's someone that I can trust, and then they talk to that person, and I'm like, wow, it's so weird that she died and I'm looking back, I'm like, she won't be even able to. I'm just looking, okay, her kids would be, if she make that decision, probably her kids would be not okay right now. She will be miserable. So sometimes you know when you're actually making the best decision, even though sometimes it's hard. So yeah, don't allow people to make you feel otherwise. And also, if your partner is threatening to abort the footers, and you don't want to, it's against your own principles and values. Why are you pushing yourself to do that? There are actually a lot of way to there actually a lot of way. Okay, I'm so thirsty. Actually, there are actually a lot of way that you can actually deal with the partner that is abusive toward you, when you actually choose to make a baby happen, or you choose not to terminate. So find just do research. If you find your partner is being a threat to you because you are pregnant, they don't want to be you to be pregnant, and you don't want, it's against your own principles and values, why are you doing it? So I'm all about empowering people. I'm all about people that are actually making decisions for themselves. I'm all about listening to your gut feeling, because at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your body. Nobody is actually entitled to tell you otherwise. You know what's best for you. You know what's best for you. Even if you feel like you're confused, you're clouded, it's okay to talk to someone that you actually can trust, someone who can actually have a great guidance for that specific time being. So yeah, that's actually my opinion around abortion. I feel like it's a time that I actually talk about it, because I've seen a lot of women struggling with forgiving themselves. It's okay to be hard, it's okay to be what, but at the same time, you have a whole life to live. To allow yourself to be guilty, to be ashamed of your decision, it's not gonna make anything better. Just go to counseling if you feel like counseling is the best way. If you feel like you can help yourself, then it's okay. If you feel like the only thing that you need is to vent to someone, then do it. But make sure it's people that you actually can trust, because sometimes people can use whatever that you told them against you. So thank you guys for liking, viewing, as well as subscribing on my YouTube channel. And I'll be back again with another video. For now, bye.